Hey, it's Aaron the Ho from Mobilereviews-eh.ca, and here's a bunch of iPhone 6 rumors that have surfaced in the last 30 days that we think you should be watching for the month of May. iPhone 5s has been out for 7 months, and so that means people are getting really excited for the 6. Now, I don't think I've got the, it's going to cost an extra $100 more, so I don't think I've got the $800. So does anybody want to buy a dog? I'm kidding, I'm not selling Monty, I'm still going to keep him, but I still got to come up like $800 somehow. Now, the last 30 days has been really awesome for rumors. There's been a leak for the design mode, there's been case leaks, there is rumors about the camera with EIS, as well as smart EarPods, and it's going to cost more money. Now, we all know that the iPhone 6 is most likely going to be bigger, despite the fact that I don't want a bigger phone, but I have been stretching out my jean pockets using a 3.5-inch hard drive to make sure that my pockets are big enough to fit the iPhone 6. So for this rumor roundup, I'm going to break it down like I usually do between all these different components so that we have a good idea of what I am mumbling about. Also, I don't have any cousins working in the Apple supply chain. I read on the internet. Now, the rumor that I am most excited about is the smart EarPods, and you're going to find out why. Now, most articles are pointing towards a September-October release, which isn't really surprising. It should not be surprising given that, again, the iPhone 5 and the 5S came out in the beginning of September. The iPhone 6 is probably going to come out in September as well. Now, there was an interesting article in International Business Times, and they just spew the articles out like nobody's business, but they were saying that they may release the release date of the iPhone 6 during WWDC at the beginning of June. Now, that would be a departure from what Apple usually does with their iPhone release dates. They don't really tell people months ahead of time that it's going to be released. They just kind of send out invitations and people show up. The rumor mills have been saying there's going to be two different kinds of iPhones. There's going to be a 4.7-inch and then a 5.5 phablet. Whoever hates phablets, please raise their hands. I think they're stupid. Now, with that being said, they're saying that the phablet version of the iPhone, I can't even say that properly, the phablet. Now, they're saying that the 5.5-inch phablet, they're saying that the phablet's going to be released during the winter holiday season of 2014. So the 4.7-inch is going to come first, and then you've got the phablet coming out in 2014 winter season. Now, there's nothing about the capacity of the iPhone 6, and I firmly believe that if they do release a 16GB iPhone 6, that would be a crime against humanity. As I mentioned previously, we will definitely know what the iPhone 6 looks like when there are leaks from the supply chain, and that's exactly what happened this month. Now, at the beginning of April, there was a leak in terms of the CAD drawings for the iPhone 6. Now, these CAD drawings they didn't really look like CAD drawings, they look like hand-drawn drawings, but if they're done by a bunch of Asians, that's probably very close to a CAD drawing because we've got squinty eyes and we're very good at looking at details. A few days after the CAD drawings were leaked, there was a design mold that was leaked, and those two look pretty much the same. Like the CAD drawing kind of represented what the design mold was, so 1 + 1 = 2. I'm guessing that's what the iPhone 6 is going to look like. The biggest thing to me is that, well, the power button isn't on top, it's on the side. So if CAD drawing leaks weren't enough, we got the design mold. If design mold leaks aren't enough, we got the iPhone 6 front panel. Now, this was reported to us by Mac Rumors, and the three rumors seem to go hand in hand. The drawings kind of fit the molds, and the molds kind of fit the front panel. So again, I think that's what the iPhone 6 is going to look like. Do I think these rumors are going to be real? Yes, especially in this picture since, well, there is Chinese letters on the box. So again, Asian stamp of authenticity. Aaron, lay off the Asian humor. When we mash all the numbers together, it's going to be about 10% taller, 10% wider, and 20% thinner, which is pretty substantial. And that's probably the best part about a bigger iPhone is that it might be thinner. Now, the 6.1 millimeters, that's actually as thick as the iPod Touch. I'm excited to see what happens in the next 30 days for these rumors. I'm pretty sure more stuff is going to come out to confirm that that's actually what the iPhone 6 is going to look like. So, what do you guys think? Do you think that's actually the size of the iPhone 6? I'd be really okay if it was. Now, in terms of the processor, now there's a lot of articles saying that the A8 chip's going to be 64-bit, but that's like saying Hugh Jackman is going to be part of the next Wolverine movie. We already know that, so again, why are there hundreds of articles? I don't know. Now, in terms of the camera, we've been saying that it's going to be an 8-megapixel camera with, better stuff, optical image stabilization, but this company called ESM was saying that Apple is going to go with electronic image stabilization rather than optical image stabilization. It also said that the pixel size was going to be 1.75 microns compared to 1.5 microns. Now, from my understanding of all this, your EIS and your OIS is a hardware solution to stabilize your images. EIS is a software solution. The reason for this rumor was ESM was saying that the iPhone 6 was actually too thin for an OIS solution to be implemented. That kind of makes a lot of sense. I prefer to always solve my problems using hardware rather than software, but that's my personal preference. In terms of the increased pixel size, from my understanding is that the pixels would be more sensitive to light so that your pictures will just look better in low light anyways. Now, this rumor doesn't seem too far-fetched given that Apple has included the M7 coprocessor in the iPhone 5s, which will probably be in the iPhone 6, and so EIS might actually be kind of feasible. But again, this is a rumor. I'm just guessing. In terms of the battery, yes, there was a leak for the battery, and it literally was a picture of batteries in a tray. Yes! If it's going to be a bigger iPhone, then it's going to have a bigger battery. I'm really disappointed that still nothing has come out about, some sort of special charging ability for the iPhone 6. Again, that makes me a sad ho. Now, in terms of sensors for the iPhone 6, there hasn't really been anything new, but there is this rumor saying that the EarPods are going to be smart, which is really awesome. Smart like it's going to have a heart rate monitor and will be able to measure your blood pressure. Now, when I first read this rumor, I thought it was a very feasible rumor because it's very logical. If Apple is entering into the wearable tech industry, why not start with something that almost every Apple user has to have? Are the EarPods. I use my EarPods all the time. I own about 6 pairs of different headphones, and I'm always using the EarPods because, well, they're simple and I talk on the phone and they're always on me. They're pretty durable as well, as I've put them through the wash by accident. And as a side note, have you guys actually noticed how grouty your EarPods actually are? Take a close look at, where the wire meshes are and stuff and see how much earwax actually is there. The other thing that this rumor was saying, that it was going to be connected through the Lightning port connector. Now, this is really awesome because the Lightning cable, there's only actually 8 pins compared to I think the 30 pins of a micro USB cable, is that these 8 pins are actually programmable. They're not hardwired to do one thing, which means the potential for different sorts of accessories is huge, right? You're not constrained by a set number of pins. You can reprogram all these pins however you want. And if this is true, there's going to be so many more cool things. I don't know. This is why I'm so excited. I can't even put words to how excited I am about hearing that my EarPods might be smart. Now, one of the rumors that we were watching from last month was saying that the price of the iPhone was going to go up by $100, which I'm still not a big fan of because the iPhone is already pretty expensive. Now, most of these articles only talk about the subsidized price going up by $100. Now, I'm assuming if the subsidized price goes up by $100, that buying it outright is going to cost an extra $100. Seems like a logical thing, or maybe the $100 increase is actually for the 5.5-inch phablet. Now, I'm hoping that this price increase is actually because the components of the iPhone 6 are so much more expensive and it's going to make it so much more awesome. I don't think it's because Apple's trying to make as much money as they possibly can. Apple doesn't seem like that kind of company. They've already got a crap load of money anyways. But if the iPhone 6 goes up by $100, how many of you are not actually going to go get it? I probably still will because everything I have is Apple, so I'll shell out the extra $100. Plus, my entire channel is based on doing stuff for iOS devices, so it'd be kind of stupid if I didn't. But how about you guys? Would you guys say no to the iPhone if it was $100 more? Leave it in the comment section below. I'm Aaron the Ho. I'm one of the hosts of Mobilereviews-eh.ca. If you're wondering, this background is actually just a wall, and I've just overblown it. So instead of filming in the office, which is really loud and really noisy, I've decided to do things on this pseudo-white background, and it works a lot better because I can go scream and curse as much as I possibly want and nobody can hear me. If I have missed any rumors or there are rumors that you feel that I should have covered, please leave them in the comments section below. Find us on Twitter, Google+, as well as, what's the last one? Facebook. Yes, I'm on those platforms as well, and we do post to those as well. So, thank you for watching, and yes, the iPhone 6 is coming in 4 months, and yes, if you want to rent my dog, please leave in the comment section below as well.